everyone. In today's series of Insommelier, we have with us MD and CEO of Sud Life Insurance Company with us, Mr. Girish Kulkarni. Welcome, sir. And of course, I'm Professor Archana Wazir, who will be asking him some question on your behalf. Sir, I would like to start with the first question, that because just now we are coming out of COVID-19 situation, what are the specific challenges faced by your company during this COVID-19 times and how you overcame the same?
Good morning, Archana ji and your viewers. Thanks for inviting me, first of all. It's a pleasure to be on the platform of Insurance Institute of India. Coming back to your question, what did we do? Let me tell you, it was a very difficult period. The biggest challenge was to keep employee morale up, keep the positivity flowing, because there was so much negativity around. People were not connected to office. There were different messages floating around. There were uncertainty in the minds of particularly junior management and staff cadre that what will happen. So the answer to all this was possibly constant communication, consistent communication, consistent messaging. And that's what actually, if you look at our 9-month journey, I have communicated most in first 3 months. I think I used to write to employees almost every week, then I moved to fortnightly, and then I moved to monthly. Shuru mein, initially it was very, very important because everyone was very scared. So we kept giving them very positive messages about the need for them to focus on families and their safety. Their job is safe. They don't have to worry about it. That messaging was done. And also some do's and don'ts that we wanted to give. Now, apart from that, being a commercial organization, keeping your cash register clicking is equally important, because finally that is what pays your salaries. And that is where then motivating the sales force. Unfortunately, 3 of our biggest markets, Maharashtra, UP, and part of central India, they were worst affected COVID geographies. So how do I really keep the teams in these geographies up and running? So we did few digital interventions. We upgraded ourselves on the digital side, and we ensured that we keep our cash register clicking, because maintaining your cash flows was very, very important in during those first 6 months at least, because that would have helped you paying salaries to your people. We did not cut salaries. We paid all that was due to people, their increments, their bonuses, everything. That also helped us keep the morale up of people. That's how now when I look back, I thought it was a very collective activity. People understood what I'm saying. I understood what they want. My management team understood what their teams wanted. And we are not a very big company now. We are just 4,000 people across 130 branches in the country. So probably everyone chipped in. If when going gets tough, you really get going, and that's what happened in our case.
Yeah, I remember hearing on the social media and other things on your care package you have delivered to employees, and that was really a very nice and very timely gesture. So I would like to know what was the inspiration behind that initiative, and if you can give some more details for our viewers about the care package what you gave during COVID time to all the employees.
Actually, the inspiration was actually caring for employees. I mean, see, what was happening, if you ask me, and I'm giving you a very, very honest picture. What was happening was, during that time, there was a lot of theoretical things being preached across industries, and because no one knew what will work and what will not work. People started giving motivational online classes, people started giving yoga classes, which we also did. But what we realized in our, we continued our weekly Mancom meetings. What we realized is people also will need some support, particularly in Mumbai, wherein there are already 400 odd people who work for us. And they will need some on-ground support is what, because I mean, at my level, I was facing problems of getting day-to-day supplies like eggs, milk, etc. Then, rather than yoga, I thought I must provide them daily utensils so that their family feels protected. So, friendly employer is one thing that I had heard. I thought let us become an employer friend. And the idea was actually bounced off in the Mancom to everyone because this needed huge amount of support from everyone. Delivering goods, money is just one part. That was just 10% of it. 90% was people chipping in, and then because 400 people staying in 400 different areas, then delivering it at their doorstep, and during that lockdown period there were so many restrictions. People, the societies won't allow you to come in, etc., etc. And in our analysis we realized that we have around 140 145 location points to be covered if we have to deliver these things. So we aligned duties to various people. Our admin team played a very, very good role. A lot of young managers came forward. They said, we will go, we will pick up a vehicle, we will deliver. Vendors who supplied this stuff also were very, very cooperative. And I was very sure that the families will like it. This is something which will work better than paying bonuses to them. And it really worked in that manner. And I was so moved. It was a kind of spiritual experience for me. Apart from social media likes and appreciation that we have received, you will not believe the kind of messages I have received from families. And families meaning third generation, like grandfather, grandmother writing to me, wives preparing videos and sending it to me. So all that was a surreal experience. Something which no amount of bonus or increment can give you. I was also very, very surprised that a lot of my friends, a lot of our friends from LIC, which I consider as a very, very Jagruk employer, and all, they also appreciated this gesture. Um, at our end, we felt chalo because it involved a lot of mehnat from admin team and a lot of young people. They felt good. They thought that all the hard work that has gone into it and the risk that they took to go across and deliver these things to every doorstep. And we gave them kitchen stuff, or I don't know what you call them, but we gave them everything that you need to run your kitchen for 2 months.
I'm very sure it actually bonded all the Sood Life employees as the one family rather than just the employer. I'm very sure about that.
Absolutely.
Yes. The next question I would like to ask you is, you worked in other financial services and also in insurance. So in your opinion, what sets the insurance industry apart from other financial services?
Good question. Good question. I have worked in various other financial services and industries. That's absolutely correct. See, what sets insurance really apart is it has a huge, and particularly life insurance specifically, has a huge social side to it. All health insurance, non-life, general insurance, all have this social side to them. Unfortunately, it is still not completely understood by the Indian population because of our huge size. Also, 70-75% of our people stay in villages and rural areas. So awareness, as it goes up, it will improve. But as an industry, this has a huge social side, and that is where I think each insurance leader has a huge responsibility to play that social responsibility also, or carry that social responsibility while achieving your commercial targets or while doing your commercial jobs for your company. The social side cannot be ignored. Like for example, I tell you, in my case, for the size of my company, the kind of losses we are bearing for Pradhan Mantri Jivan Jyoti Bima Yojana scheme is humongous. But we consider that as our small contribution to the society. We think that Prime Minister is trying to do something very large for this country and for the underprivileged guys. This is our small contribution to that Abhiyan. So this social side of insurance is really very attractive and a differentiator factor from other industries, including industries within financial services. Hope I have answered your question.
That's very well said, sir. I will like to know what is your outlook towards life insurance industry as a whole, because some are saying that COVID-19 will work as a booster shot for life and health insurance industry. Some are saying that no, it is a temporary phenomena. So what is your outlook in the post-COVID-19 era for life insurance industry as a whole?
I'm in complete agreement that this will give fillip to insurance growth, and particularly life and health insurance. Health insurance probably will receive more support from the future because the awareness has gone up and health has a very in-the-face kind of requirement. So health insurance is going to grow tremendously in this country. Otherwise also it's at a very low level currently. And life insurance will also going to grow from here. What COVID has done is it has created a huge amount of realization in the minds of people that they cannot ignore insurance. They cannot stay away from creating a parachute for their family if something happens to them. That realization after COVID is very strong, and that makes me believe that insurance as an industry will go deeper and wider as we move forward.
The last question to you, sir. What message would you like to give to members of Insurance Institute of India? Especially, we consider you as a family member because you are part of our council. You are always guiding our College of Insurance Activity and Insurance Institute of India. So you are aware of all our members. So what message you would like to share with all members of
See, you all are very talented, talented bunch of people, and you are doing a lot of hard work. For an industry like insurance, which is so poorly understood by common man, your work is really tough, and I completely acknowledge that. But the kind of support you have extended not only to Indian insurance industry, but also to other countries like Myanmar, Cambodia, Bangladesh, and all of which I was part of a couple of discussions, is worth appreciating. I think this needs to be broad-based now with COVID and the digital expansion that is happening in the country. I think you are one institution which is in the best position to take advantage of this, because you have talent, you have great faculties with you, you have refined syllabus for each and every line of business for all insurance lines, whether general, health or life. That coupled with digital, probably you can go wide and deep in this country. And one big expectation is you help create well-rounded managers for insurance industry in the future. With that hope, I wish you all very best.
Thank you so much, sir, for being with us in this Insemilia series. Thanks again
Thank you
and
very
goodbye.
much. Thank you. Thanks for calling me.